We moved to Minnesota in 2007 and went around, like many people, church shopped for a good year and a half. Initially, the architecture of the colonial driving through on 62 was the first attraction, and when we started coming to the church, the people, the welcome we had was amazing, and that's what kept us to stay as part of the congregation. We wanted to be involved, but I suppose this is an excuse that all of us will have our own version of it is, and we couldn't find a particular outlet to plug in, and we did try a couple of different ways. Jen worked on a few occasions with families moving forward, and I got involved in a couple of short-term, brief projects within the church, but it was not an organized, from our part, not from the church's part, an organized effort to plug in continuously and get to become part of the congregation. We had a desire to plug in Colonial's ministries, and this was an incredible outlet. We got to meet some amazing people from within the church, which we probably sat next to them for weeks after weeks, but never got to meet and never got to know them. And that was an incredible experience, and we still have remained friends. And so that on the life of the church being better plugged in with the church, it was an incredible outlet. Apart from that, the people, the finalists that came through our review process, stood in front of the Sharks. They were some amazing projects, stuff that presented the whole perspective of the gospel, the idea behind what the life of Christ should be, or how it could be portrayed and presented to people. Because, as you mentioned, it's part of my professional life as well, it's not very common for many churches to look at the gospel beyond discipleship, evangelism. So first step, it was a refreshing and a very exciting thing to be part of, to look at the gospel both from a food on the table to the Word of God, to both from basic physical needs as well as greater spiritual needs. So this, a combination of the two facets of life, was presented beautifully. And what was personally impactful to me as part of the involvement with Innovate was others that I got to meet, the people that don't do what I do. It's not part of their life, but the passion they exerted, the level of involvement they took away from their everyday life to take this project so personally, and their lives, their examples have been tremendous in mine and Jen's life. The people we interacted in as part of Innovate, they're highly talented, highly passionate professionals that had amazing creative ideas that didn't go through the traditional way of preaching the gospel. And it was tremendous to look at something that could be easily overlooked, small lending institution that looked at the physical need of a particular small segment of the society that can again be overlooked very easily, and looked at them from the eyes of Jesus. Looked at another group that saw food, access to food, to a segment of the society that we could drive by and would never even think twice about. They looked at those folks from the eyes of Jesus, from the perspective of Jesus. So this bringing together these aspects, each one of these finalists that presented to Innovate were remarkable.